Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Southbound Before Trains. A beginner's journey, we'll say, to the far lands, heading in south direction. And today, I wanted to talk about time travel. Now, if anybody knows anything about time travel, it's something that, man has wanted to do for a while, I think. Or some people. Not everybody. Everybody's Most people seem to be just fine where they're at, but I think ever since I watched Back to the Future, I've wondered like the possibilities of time travel. Like if you could travel anywhere in time, like where would you go back to? I think for me, like it sounds kind of stupid and kind of petty. I mean, obviously I want to go back uh, you know, to a time before I existed and observe the past as only I could see in like a book. But I also want to see like if I had the opportunity to change anything in my past, what I'd want to do is to go back to when I had my computer. Like when I was in the army, I had my laptop, and I'd actually go back when, like I had bought that adapter. And I'd go back and I'd leave myself a note or something and tell myself to record videos and to find out about YouTube because I could have been doing this a long time ago, and it's just one of those things where if I could go back and do that, I probably would, just to see how things would turn out. Like, but yeah, like another point in time I'd like to go see would be to go see say like, well, probably not the Revolutionary War, um, or like to go back during any of the wars really, but yeah, just to see the country after the war, like after, to go see like president or like, just to blend in with the crowd or something and just see how it was living back then. Because I mean, we have all this technology now, but they didn't have that back then. And I'm just like curious to know what that would be like. Like, would it have been like easier to live then, or would it kind of be easier now? I mean, sure, like, yeah, today life is pretty easy with all the technological advances and everything that we have. But like, if you were born during that time frame of like whichever time frame that you were born in, uh, then like you have been, I guess, raised to like be a farmer, or raised to work in a steel factory, or maybe you were like one of the first guys to work for Ford company and built the first car. And I just wondered like if things would be any easier then as they seem to be now. I mean, I guess the biggest problem now is like people's financial like spot, because like we have technology and it makes things a lot easier, but it's really expensive to afford everything. and that's what makes it hard. Like, things back then, I guess, weren't as expensive because, they didn't have such expensive things out. Like, stuff was not that developed yet. So I wonder if, like, life would have been any easier then compared to how it is now. But yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I'd like to go see. Or if I had a time machine I'd like to go do, would be to go see, like, what life was like compared to how life is. Oh, wow, look at this. The first time I find a wolf. Yeah. I found a whole pack of them. Oh, first one, too. Come on. Let's go. Yeah, we're going to have to find him a name. I'm not even going to worry about, like, a name tag. But I got a wolf now. And he's awesome. Hey, there's something I wouldn't change. Like, if I had the chance, I would definitely not go change. I found a wolf finally. And I got myself a little companion. He's like one of those, like the Dobermans, like the... I don't know, like, I struggle with coming up with names. Like, to name something. Like, I kind of want to name him Rex, but I don't want to name him Rex. This just sounds too simple. What do you think I should name him? I want to name him something cool. I don't want to name him something like, I don't know. Like, I guess that sounds silly. I don't want to name him something that sounds funny. I want to name him something really cool. Because now I have a wolf. Yay! I have a wolf now. Wolf, wolf, wolf. I still wish they kind of had dogs in this game. Or maybe I get a texture pack or something that'll make him look like a dog. Make him look like a Doberman. That'd be cool. Because I think that's what, like, most of the, yeah. Cows mooing at me. Like, I don't get enough of that in real life. I live right next to a farm right now. It's all I hear all day and all night is moo, moo. Yeah, I'd go back in time and change that too. But yeah. Yeah, what I definitely would... Ooh, look at... Oh, that's a cool looking picture right there. Hang on, look at this. How do I do this? F1 and bink. Whoa, 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 whoa. Watch out. F2? F2? Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I've been taking screenshots over and over. Okay, let's go down this way, boy. Okay, but yeah. Yeah, I've got to come up with a name for him. If anybody's got an idea, send me it in the comments and I'll pick one. If I get multiple names, I'll pick one. I don't have anything to give yet, but I just want I want it to be something cool and catchy. Cool and catchy. But yeah, I totally would want to go back in time and be like, you can start recording this now. Like, you have a capture device and you have a laptop, a good laptop. Yeah, at the time it was like one of the best laptops I could get. Because when I got out of training, because when you're in training, you don't really spend, you save a whole lot of money, but you don't really spend any. So like I had, am I going, what in the, no, he's dying, no. No, I don't want you to die. Why did you have to, no. Well, that was short-lived. And now I'll never find another dog for like half the journey. Wow, this sucks. Short, short-lived. Stupid dog. Oh no. Oh man. Well, now it has something. I'd also go back in time and. Uh, oh man, this sucks. That was really short-lived. Let's go back in time and rewind it, and I'll get him back. No, I'm not gonna do that. If he was not meant to be, he was not meant to be. I shall grieve over him. Just like Robin Williams. Poor Robin Williams. Since it is nighttime, I'll go ahead and fall off this thing again. I'm gonna do this every time, ain't I? Oh, okay. Time to go to sleep. And back in the morning. Let's leave that there. Let's grab this dirt here. I don't ever want to be without dirt. Dang it, man. Dang it, stupid wolf. I'm never gonna find another one. Have I been heading backwards the whole time? Oh no, this stinks. I think at some point I forgot how to read the compass, and I think I was actually looking at the red dot or like the red line on the compass, and I thought it was pointing towards magnetic north, and I was like, that doesn't point north in this game. That points towards spawn. At least I hope that's not the case. 'Cause I feel like I'm backtracking now. I feel like I'm backtracking. Dang it, stupid wolf. Ooh, more iron. Iron. Just 2 more pieces. Okay. That's okay. But dang it, stupid wolf. I didn't even get to name him. He just got here and then died. He got here and then passed away. Didn't even get a chance to name him. I'm not even gonna leave a bench marker because I didn't even name him. I'd make a sign for him, but I'd have no name to put on his grave. The dog that remained unnamed, that fell, or no, that walked into lava and passed away. Poor thing. Wish I could have named him first. Alright, well, yeah, now I wish I could go back and just at least have named him before he died. But yeah, so anyways, on another subject of time travel, I'm curious to know what people think. Like, some people talk about it like it's like like the theory of time travel is, interesting. Cause, to everybody, I think everybody's understanding when they first watched Back to the Future. I know, I thought, I didn't think of it then, but yeah, now that I think of it, I was like that doesn't make any sense. Like, when Doc, I mean, it made sense that, when Doc went into the future, he saw Marty because at first he had left Marty in the past, or in the present, I should say. Like, he left Marty in the present and went to the future by himself. But then he came back for Marty and was like, "Your kids, it's your kids. They're in trouble." And then so he grabs Marty and then hops back in the time machine. But that's where something, that didn't occur to me, just like popped in my mind now. It's like, well, this doesn't make any sense. If, something's wrong with somebody's, future life, and you take that person in with you into the future, do you leave a copy, or does that person get like a copy of himself made so that he'll exist in the future, or like, are you removed from from that certain point in time, because you went into the future? Like, is there only one of, like, I know the multiverse theory where it's just like, um, I understand the multiverse theory where it's just like, if you, yeah, like, if you, well, no, okay, let me rephrase that. It's not, it's not an if question. Then, like, the multiverse theory is kind of like saying there's multiple versions of you depending on a choice that you made. So, uh, like talking from the past, like there was another version of me that decided not to join the military when I did. Um, and obviously I did, so that one changed to what the future is now. Um, but like, yeah, basically you leave a copy, like copies. There's like a an infinite amount of copies of you based on like a decision that you made or something that you didn't do or something that you did do. Um, and I guess like in relation to, like, it sounds more like space travel than time travel, because if you take somebody like out of the present. So yeah, anyways, back to where I was at. Um, According to the multiverse theory, like in regards to time travel, like it's like saying, you would leave a copy of you, um, I guess you would leave a copy of yourself behind, to where you still existed in the future, even though you had hopped into the future to see yourself, in a different point of time. But the thing that doesn't make sense about that is, like, in the past, there's only one of you, unless you go, like, yeah, there's, like, if you go to the past, there's two of you, unless you go to a time before, like, you were born, and then there's only one of you. Uh, but if you go to the past to a point where you were born, then there's the present you that went back, and then there's the past you that is already there. Obviously, you don't want to like ever run into yourself, of the past, because then that could like completely change your future. But like if you remove yourself from the present and go into the future, I don't. I, it would only seem like there'd be one of you, because like you're removing yourself from a point of time and hopping forward. You're skipping forward into time to possibly a time where you don't exist, or to a time where you might have existed, but because you hopped into the future, like the present you is now the future you, because because like the past you slipped through time and jumped into the future. If that makes sense. Yeah, like you remove yourself from a current point in time to include yourself at a later point. So I don't understand how you would leave yourself a copy, but like I would see how uh, you would hop into the future. Just you yourself hop into the future. So yeah, I mean, I'm just saying like, yo, that pretty much, yeah, you can't go see yourself in the present. Well, you can't go see yourself in the future because the future self is now you from the present. And yeah, at the time when I saw Back to the Future, it didn't matter, like that. It did make sense. It was an awesome movie. But looking back at it now, it was like, how does this make sense? Is this like? I mean, it was a science fiction movie, so I mean, it's not like stuff like that has actually happened, ever. But like, if it did, and you were able to time travel, like, would it be? Yeah, like, would it? It wouldn't be you. You wouldn't be seeing yourself in the future because you don't leave multiple versions of yourself. You just go in there yourself. You go into the future yourself. So yeah, I mean that's just one thinking about that, and it was just one of those things, because I wanted to talk about when I wanted to ask about it, uh, because it related to the theme of this episode, which I was calling time travel, because it was certainly like an inspiration for people to think about time travel. And yeah, I mean it's just it's a much debated topic as to whether or not like the theories of time travel, like what exactly happens, because clearly nobody can do it yet. So the only thing that we can do is sit there and be like, well, what exactly would happen if we could time travel? And that's just one of the. It's a fun little thing to think about. Um, not just as a person who is a fan of I guess technology, but to somebody who is really curious about history and the future. It's kind of it takes a lot of thought to sit there and be like, well, what would happen if this was true, or if that happened, and how would this turn out? Like, to say the least, say if you went back in time to try to say like stop World War II from happening, like what exactly would happen to the current generation of people, like current generation people that are living, kind of like myself included, because my great grandparents came into America during World War II. So like if World War II had never happened, would I be sitting here doing this video right now? Like, would I even be here to be able to do this video? And that's just kind of like the point I'm getting at. It's just like, if history had changed that much, would any of this stuff, currently be available to us now? So yeah, I mean that's a crazy thought. And like, would events change that much if you just changed one aspect of how things started out? And I guess I could sit here and be like, well, I'm fortunate for the way things did turn out, because now I can sit here and record videos, and I have all this technology to sit here and just play on a computer, or like I don't know how much a computer would have changed. Like Bill Gates, I'm sure would have still done that, or like still made Windows. Um, like certain things I think won't change because it has nothing to do with you directly. Just happened the way like it happened as it was meant to happen. So like certain things won't change. Um, but like on a scale to where like if a major event had either occurred or not occurred, like how much change would happen? Like World War II happened, and like millions of people died, and millions of people like fled their countries, their homes, to like to go somewhere safe. So like if you that was obviously a major change. So like if you change that, how much of current how much of the present are you changing by going back and doing that? And I would like to go back in time and observe like I guess all the people that were coming over like through either like Ellis Island, or from the Pacific through California, but I wouldn't have any desire to change any of it, because if I did like change some of it, I don't know how it would affect myself personally, so I wouldn't want to change anything. I just want to go to be an observer of it. But that's just me talking. I mean, everybody has a different opinion on it, and I can't sit there and tell you your opinion on it. But yeah, like certain things I think wouldn't change. Um, like I'm sure Ford would have still made the first car. Um, like Bill Gates would have made the first Windows computer. Um, just little things like that probably wouldn't have changed. So it's just, uh, so yeah, I mean, but like I said, it's just one of those things that it popped in my head one day, and I was just like, well, I gotta get this out of my head. I gotta put this down, and I gotta sit here and talk about this, because if I don't, then I'm gonna be like, well, I wanted to talk about it, and it'd been cool to talk about, but if I didn't, I'd want to go back and talk about it. Hey, look, my favorite environment, snow environment. I can't wait for winter, by the way. I love winter. I like when it snows. Too many people around here are like, oh man, it's too cold when it snows. Oh man, I hate snow. They're like, man, I will never complain about winter more than I complain about summer. I hate summer. It's not so much as, well, no, it is about like, say like 10% of the weather. I've complained about the weather like about 10% of the time. But like it's more like the uh, wildlife and insects and all kinds of other things that come in nature when, man, this is a really flat plains. Yeah, but like all the nature that comes around, like when it's like spring or summer, like when it's summer, you get all the deer that come out. And I talked about that during the last episode. So I'm not going to sit here and go into that story again. But like, yeah, you run into the problem with deer because they start overpopulating like the city. Or not city, but all of your roads and stuff. Like they start overpopulating the roads and everything. And it's just one big hassle. I hate because then you had to watch for deer, and you had to watch for turtles, and well, you want to make sure you don't, like, accidentally use the turtle as like a ramp. It's like it's not ever a good thing. um, but yeah, it's just it's things like that and then there's the heat. I hate it when it's like 115. Well, I mean, this summer has been pretty cool. It's pretty relaxed. But it's just overall, I don't like summer. I never have and I never will. I'm a winter kid. I can't. Wow, that's. I was gonna say that looked like the single tree in that whole entire area, but then there's another one back there. This is a pretty cool looking area, though. But yeah, I hate summer, and I can't wait for the winter because I love the cold. I love when it snows. I'm not too pressed about driving in the snow, but because I know how to drive in the snow, then it's not that big an issue as it is compared to other people. But yeah, I really like it when it's cold outside, and I like it when it snows and it's all white and fluffy. It is a it's kind of like when there's it's how do I want to put that? Like it's a blessing from nature, maybe, if that's what you want to call it. Like it's the same thing, kind of like rain. Like it's a good, like rain is a good thing. A lot of people don't like it, but it's something that we need, or else our climate's changed and we get these same weather conditions that we've been getting, where we get a crazy drought and the heat goes way above normal parameters. Like I think the highest temperatures got this summer has been like what, probably about I want to say like 90, but like in the past 2 years before, it was like pushing 100, and I was like, dang, like 90 is a good temperature for like the weather to be at during the summer. But like I tell you, like 100 degrees out, for Maryland even, that's really high. Like you could expect that coming from like Texas or something, because it's a hot place to begin with. But like when it's hot in Maryland and it's like pushing 100 degrees, that's not a good thing. You might like the heat because then you can go to like a pool or something, but that doesn't mean that the weather should be like that. That just means that the weather is wrong. And it's wrong. It's something wrong outside. Anyways, I'm sorry I got into that segue about temperatures. Let me go ahead and make a bed here. And I'm going to break this thing real quick. And set my bed down. Set the torch up here. Break that one. And I will see you guys next time here at Southbound Before Trains.